In the vast world of coin collecting, some coins silently pass through countless hands before being recognized for what they truly are, hidden treasures. Today, we journey into the story of one such unassuming piece of copper-plated zinc, the 1989 Lincoln penny, a coin you may have spent without a second thought, but one rare example of which has fetched an astonishing $188,000. Let's begin with a bit of context. The Lincoln cent, first minted in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, is one of the most iconic coins in American history. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin replaced the Indian head cent and marked the first time a real person's likeness appeared on regular U.S. coinage. Since then, it has seen many subtle changes in design, composition, and production techniques, but few years have garnered attention like the 1989 edition. By 1989, the penny had long transitioned from being made of bronze to a copper-plated zinc composition. This change, introduced in 1980 due to rising copper prices, altered not only the coin's weight and feel, but also opened the door to new types of mint errors and collecting interest. The 1989 penny should, by all accounts, be common. Billions were struck across three mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. So how did one end up worth nearly $200,000? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, minting error, and impeccable condition. Before we dive into the specific penny that brought in $188,000, we need to understand what collectors look for in a valuable coin. First, there's the matter of mint errors. Errors can take many forms: off-center strikes, double dies, wrong planchet errors, or transitional mistakes. These are the kinds of flaws that often make a coin extremely desirable to numismatists. For the 1989 penny, there are a few known types of errors that attract serious attention. One of the most famous varieties is the 1989 Lincoln cent struck on a pre-1982 bronze planchet. These planchets, made primarily of copper, were supposed to have been fully phased out by 1983 somehow. One or more older planchets ended up in the minting machinery in Denver and were struck with the 1989 design. Since the U.S. Mint had officially switched to copper-plated zinc by then, any 1989 penny found to weigh approximately 3.11 grams instead of the standard 2.5 grams would be a major anomaly. But the story doesn't end with weight. Condition matters greatly in the world of high-end collecting. A common penny in worn condition may fetch a cent or two above face value, but a rare error coin in mint state condition, especially if it's graded MS68 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, can fetch eye-watering amounts. In fact, the $188,000 Lincoln penny we're talking about was one such coin: pristine, rare, and mysterious. So what do we know about that specific coin? It was authenticated by a top-tier grading service and confirmed to have been struck on a bronze planchet, an error that should not have occurred in 1989. Not only that, but it was perfectly preserved, free from the nicks and scratches typical of circulation coins. Its luster, sharp strike, and color stood out, making it a true gem in the eyes of collectors. It's worth noting that this kind of value doesn't happen overnight. The coin likely changed hands several times before someone took the time to weigh it, examine it under magnification, and submit it for grading. And it was only after being certified and marketed at a high-profile auction that it realized its six-figure value. Now, you might be wondering, could there be more of these out there? The answer is yes, and that's what makes this story so thrilling. With over 7.2 billion 1989 Lincoln pennies minted, the odds of another bronze planchet slipping through the cracks are not zero. It's entirely possible that more of these rare error coins are sitting quietly in jars, drawers, or forgotten piggy banks across the country. Collectors are now paying closer attention. Weighing pennies from 1989 has become a niche pursuit. And if you're lucky enough to find one that tips the scale at over 3 grams, don't spend it, test it, submit it. You could be holding something extraordinarily rare. But rarity alone doesn't create value. It's the combination of a rare anomaly and exceptional condition that drives prices into the stratosphere. The $188,000 Lincoln penny isn't just an error coin. It's a perfect storm of minting mistake, historic context, and collector enthusiasm. There's also something deeply poetic about this story. A coin made to be used and forgotten, designed to live a short, utilitarian life instead. It becomes a piece of art, history, and speculation. And behind every coin like this is a tale of discovery. Someone, somewhere, picked it up and asked a question. Is this normal? And that question led to research, authentication, and ultimately, a life-changing auction result. So what can we learn from the 1989 Lincoln penny? First, never underestimate the power of curiosity. Second, realize that even the most ordinary-looking object might be a hidden gem. And finally, understand that in numismatics, as in life, the details matter. The small differences, the unusual traits, the things that don't quite fit the mold. These are often what bring the greatest rewards. So next time you get change from the store, take a moment. Check the date. Feel the weight. Inspect the surface. Because buried among the billions, there might just be another $188,000 penny waiting to be found. And that, my friends, is the magic of coin collecting. Would you like this script translated into French or tailored further for your WC Coins France channel style?